Welcome in 17s to Emory Healthcare Studio. The wait is almost over, and in less than 20 minutes, you, the 17s, are going to get an exclusive look at some of the first competitive touches from Atlanta United in this brand new Tata Martino era. I'm your host, Joe Freihofer, and to take us through all of the high-flying action today, there's only one man for this job. All-time leader in appearances for Atlanta United, Five Stripes and USMNT legend. We've got with us the newest Atlanta United club ambassador and sporting advisor, Brad Guzan. And first appearance in the studio, Goose. Welcome in. Thrilled to be with you today. What excites you most about this new adventure that's on your horizon?
Well, first, thanks for having me. It's exciting to be in here with you, Joe. And yeah, the adventure that awaits me, I'm excited to be able to see what goes on behind the scenes to make Atlanta United such a successful football club off the field, right? We understand that on-field product is first and foremost the most important, but there's obviously a lot of people that put in a lot of hard work behind the scenes to make Atlanta United what it is. And so being able to learn from different departments, from scouting, from data, from recruitment, all these different areas to help on the sporting side to put together a team that we as fans and supporters of this beautiful club that we all call Atlanta United, that we can all be proud of.
And selfishly, on the content side, too, this is absolute rocket fuel to have you in here as well. It's huge. Now, talk to us about Tata Ball. Of course, coming in today, first few competitive minutes, but these guys have been away down in Miami at FIU for that first leg of preseason. We touched on it last night with the 17s in that live call, those double days that we've been hearing about. Just how intense are those preseason days under Tata Martino?
They are, right? They're intense, they're hard, and that's what Tata wants. He wants to set a foundation, a base to be able to evolve as the season goes on. And listen, the double days, they're not easy. They, like I said, they are intense. But Tata's also going to be able to find out what we're made of as individuals and as a team. And so early days, he's going to be feeling out the players. The players will obviously be taking on the tactics and the information that Tata and his staff are giving them. And so today is a great opportunity to be able to go out and try and put it all together.
As you said, it's a beautiful day for Five Stripes footy as we take a look, 17s. Here's Field 3 where we're all getting set for Atlanta United taking on Lexington Sporting Club. Brad, of course, you're on the other side of things now, but as a player, what's that mentality like going into a match like this with new tactics, new teammates, and getting your first competitive touches today?
The first preseason game is always exciting because it gives you an opportunity to kick other people as opposed to your teammates that you've been doing throughout preseason. And so it allows these guys to, one, open up their legs, hopefully be able to gain some fitness, right, in terms of match fitness. You can always try and recreate that in training and in different fitness exercises, but there's nothing like a match. And then a bit of chemistry. We want to see that bond, that relationship amongst individuals start to develop, and it starts in games like today.
Well, this, of course, is going to be a set of 90 minutes total. Right there behind us is where everything's going to go down. This is the first of 4 total friendlies in this preseason. Now, today's match is going to be comprised of 2 halves. We've got 45 minutes each. We'll have a 15-minute halftime. And then, of course, it's against Lexington Sporting Club. That's the side who finished just outside of the playoff line last season in the USL Championship. So, Brad, nobody knows this high-octane Tata Ball better than you. Of course, we'll break it down here a little bit later, but you touched on it. Verticality, constant work rate, and making sure that everybody presses together. What could that shape look like for this first 11 from Tata Martino today?
Yeah, I think, when Tata obviously looks at his team and his players, I think we could probably look to see a 4-3-3, but more importantly than the shape, I think it is going to be just that. It's going to be the habits of individuals, the reactions on the field, the understanding tactically what they've been working on throughout preseason, and now being able to implement that into a game setting. And listen, we expect that to be high octane, that high intensity pressing. Yes, that's for the attacking players, but also in the back line. And I don't think Tata is going to be looking to see guys in mid-season form, and so I think he will want to develop a bit of a base and an understanding, saying, hey, we're hard to play against, but at the same time, when it's time to go, we're going, and when we go, we're going with intensity.
Campeones Cup winners, U.S. Open Cup winners, MLS Cup winners, the blueprint is there, and it works, so we'll get the first look here today. Now let's hear from one of the guys on the squad. We'll kick it to center back Enea Mihai, who spoke to media not long ago and what he expects to see from the group, and a little bit of, as he said, that corazón that he hopes to see from Tata and the guys. All right, Mike and Jason, thank you so much. Now, here's another aspect of what makes atlutd.com/live the best place to be pre-90 minutes. It's time now for Brad Guzan to dive a bit deeper in today's possible 11s under head coach Tata Martino's staff. We're going to take a look, Brad, at your 3 impact players for today and kick it off in a spot on the field that you know quite well. Of course, you've got the boots that are impossible to fill between the 3 sticks, but the Five Stripes went out and they added some pretty solid experience. 36-year-old Argentinian Lucas Hoyos is going to be joining from Newell's Old Boys. He comes in with the Sudamericana Copa Libertadores experience as well to hopefully have those sharp feet and play out in the spine of the team.
Yeah, you talk about the experience of the position of goalkeeper, right? And Lucas is a guy who has just that. You talked about the games and the competitions that he's been a part of, that he's played in. He's played in big matches. And with someone of his experience, you hope that not only is he able to come in, find his feet, feel comfortable within the group, but also then start to take a little bit of a leadership role with the other goalkeepers, right? Somebody like Jaden, who we saw at the end of last year and what he's able to bring to the group and where he's at in terms of his development. Being able to work with someone like Lucas, I think is only going to help not only the goalkeeping core, but also the team in general.
Miguel Almiron, he loves to always have the ball run through his feet in the run of play, and he's going to be another guy to watch today. 6 goals and 7 assists last season. He's looked like the leader of the Wolfpack so far in this preseason.
And leader he is, right? He's going to have everyone else looking to him for his guidance on the field, on the ball, off the ball, and everyone is going to be looking at him to see what can he bring to the group, what can he bring to the team. It's going to be a big 2026 for him. Obviously, he's got an important summer coming up, helping Paraguay qualify for the World Cup. And so he's going to want to get off to a great start throughout this preseason into the start of the regular season. But he's someone that we expect really big things from come 2026.
First World Cup for his Paraguay since 2010 as well. It's a flying year for Miguel. All right, let's go now to our final player to watch, Brad. He came in the summer window of last season. Steven Alzate, 2 assists and 7 starts. He can be silky and could be that fill-in 6 for the remainder of the year.
He absolutely can be. And we saw his quality on the ball last year, right? And now having an entire year under his belt in terms of preseason, being in from day one, understanding what the manager is asking for in terms of tactically. He is someone that can help control that midfield, can get forward, can help defend, can control the tempo of the game. And I think he certainly has the ability to do that as an individual, but now it's about collectively with the other midfielders around him, but also the attacking players, creating more chances, being on that front foot.
Well, it's time now to look at that full collective. This is going to be the first starting 11 for Tata Martino in this 2026 era. As we take a look behind us here, Field 3 is getting ready. This is how we shape up, Brad.
Yeah, and our eyes are immediately drawn to the attacking players and someone like Alexi Miguel. We've heard about how the chemistry has improved throughout preseason. Hopefully we get to see that today. You add someone like Luke, that's a dangerous front 3. And if we can get these guys clicking together and understanding a chemistry, I think it's exciting times in terms of scoring goals.
Something that also catches the eyes as well, we haven't touched on him too much yet, the new arrival, Tomas Jakob, 55 there. He's played so many positions at Necaxa in preseason as well. Let's see how he fits into this new side. That's the starting 11. That's Brad Guzan. I'm Joe Freihofer. This has been your friendly preview right here from Emory Healthcare Studio. And again, this is so exciting as we now see, looking at that attacking 3-2, Brad, Alexi Miranchuk could be filling a very interesting role, linking up with young Luke Brennan up there in the attack too today.
Yeah, like I said, we want to see that chemistry, that cohesion, that understanding of different movements, especially in from the attacking 3. Like you said, Luke is someone that burst onto the scene last year, and his ability now to stretch defenses, get in beyond them, and create a little bit more space, hopefully for whether that's Alexi playing down as a potential false 9, or you've got Miguel kind of roaming in that free role a little bit. It's going to be an exciting first half.
So much vision and ability with that final pass as well. So I cannot wait to see how this shakes up. It's time now as we're getting ready for the first 90 of 2026 here this preseason. Let's kick it now to that signature sound of Five Stripes football. Waiting there is Mike Conti and Jason Longshore. Fellas, take it away.
All right, Joe.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Emory Healthcare Studio. That's Brad Guzan. I'm Joe Freihofer, and what has been a flying start for the Five Stripes so far in 2026. 4-0 finish for it, Brad. We saw 2 goals each from 2 of the DPs, Miguel Almiron and Alexi Miranchuk, combining quite well, all helped along by that directness of Luke Brennan taking people on and setting up plays.
Fantastic first half. I don't think it could have went any better in terms of Atlanta United's perspective. 2 goals for Miguel, 2 for Alexi, a clean sheet in the back. But listen, if we're going to be ultra critical, of course, there'll be things to look at to get better in moving forward. But listen, flying start, just what we want to see.
Absolutely. So a whole lot more in this. Of course, we've got halftime right now, and then we'll come back for a fresh 45 with a brand new lineup for the Five Stripes as well. So, of course, we've got Jaden Hibbert coming back there, Dom Chung-Kui at the left back position, Toto Majub, Stian Gregerson, and Adrian Gil is going to be there in that right back position. Midfield, Will Riley, Aiden Torres, and Cooper Sanchez. And then a guy that I've got my eye on, Brad, for the season. It's Santi Pita. He's got so much flair. He'll be coming off of the left, the Venezuelan international, with Cayman Togashi there in the middle. And then Enzo Dovlo, the new super draft pick. That'll be rounding out that 11 for the second half. What are the strong points, Brad, for this group to build on in the second 45?
Yeah, I think we talked about it early on. It's about the principles from Tata and the coaching staff into this next group of players to be able to go out, keep up the same intensity as the first half that the group in the first half carried out there, and express yourself. Be on the front foot, have that intensity we talked about from preseason, and go out and score some more goals.
When we come back, 17s, we're going to hear from Jay Fortune, midfielder for Atlanta United, who got sturdy with it a couple times last season as well. He's going to join myself and Brad Guzan to unpack what his recovery journey's been like and preview the 2026 season. So all that and more when we come back here live from Emory Healthcare Studio. Welcome back in 17s here live from Emory Healthcare Studio. I'm your host, Joe Freihofer, alongside Brad Guzan. And joining us now in the flesh, not just in sketchbook form like we saw in Jaden Hibbert's IG post, U17, you can go check that out later. We've got Jay Fortune with us here. Jay, thank you so much for your time, for joining us here. I wanted to talk to you about your recovery process. You have developed so fast over the years. We were talking about it during media days. Season 4, is it for you now? It's flown by. Has this injury given you any perspective about how far you've come in such little time?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. Really glad to be here with Brad and you, Joe, so thanks for having me. But yeah, year 4, it's kind of, didn't think I'd be saying it so early, but I'm happy about it. One thing that I say is this injury showed me how much I love the game and love doing what I do. The support from the fans, from teammates, coaches, family, everything has been amazing, and it just lets me know you can't take stuff like this for granted. And I really appreciate being with a great group of guys and a great fan base of 17s that we have. It's just amazing.
Well, Jay, I know they appreciate you, and so listen. Next time you come, show us your personality, smile. You know what I mean? Like loosen up a little bit. Now, obviously, you're hopefully just not too far away from your rejoining the group, being back out on there on the pitch where we all want you to be. What have you been able to take from afar? Right, watching Tata and his staff send their messages to the players. What's been one thing that you've been able to take from them? Maybe you've not been involved as much as maybe we'd like at this point, but what have you been able to take from them to make sure that when you get back in, that you're ready to go?
Yeah, all you can do in these moments is pay attention in video and try and be as engaged in the sessions as possible. Sometimes you're training on the side, but you're always looking to see what they're doing because that's where you want to be. But one thing I'll say is, he wants to be on the front foot. He wants to be aggressive, both in and out of possession. And for me, I'm somebody who enjoys pressing, enjoys getting the ball back as quick as possible. It's a little different not hearing him scream my name from behind me now. Thankfully, some might say. But.
Come on now. Come on now. See, that's it. It's what the people want. They want it. They want that smile. Come on, Jay.
Nah, but, it seems like it's been great so far. The guys are always coming into the locker room talking about the sessions, and me watching from a distance, I'm eager to get back and get back involved in those sessions because I think the way he wants to play helps me a little bit too, to be myself and express myself, and just ready to get back on the field, start training.
Love it.
Jay, we saw some of you and the guys playing a bit of Password during preseason, so those episodes should hopefully be coming out very soon across all of Atlanta United channels. Can you give us a sneak peek? Are there any early unexpected bromances within the squad, some green chemistry links within the team that you can let the 17s know about at home?
There's a few. Obviously, you've got the older guys, the younger guys. That's always a thing. But one thing I'll say is everybody is willing to mix with each other. When you got guys like Luca and Tomas, their English isn't great, our Spanish isn't great. So I think we'll all be great charades players by the time the year is done. Finding ways to talk to each other using hands and, one or two words you might know, and it helps me get my Spanish better. But Tomas and Luca is the big one. They've seemed to be great. Us younger guys, some might say, the homegrowns, Luke, Matt, Will, Jaden, myself, We always getting along, and Miggy and Ronnie is another big one. So you guys might have seen those already, but just in case you didn't, those are a few.
Studio debut for Jay Fortune. 17s, give it up for this guy at home. Thank you so much for dropping by. We've got a second 45 coming up right around the turn. Stay with us here from Emory Healthcare Studio. All right, Mike, Jason, thank you so much. Welcome back in Emory Healthcare Studio. Brad Guzan alongside Joe Freihofer. Brad, Jason was touching on it just there. It seems like there's a tactic, there's a style of playing that today, with that 4-0, certainly looks like it's being established.
Yeah, and again, we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. It's game one of the preseason, but to be able to see the bonds and the relationships start to form. We saw, obviously, through the goals, right, the relationship between Alexi and Miguel we talked on in the pre-match show, but just the understanding of what Tata and his staff are looking for, being able to play out of tight spaces, composed on the ball, control the tempo of the game, and I think we're able to see that.
We saw Sabalob Janidze today, of course, with a knock. He's day-to-day, should be back next week. Up stepped the next man up, Luke Brennan. You said it. He was so direct, fearless in his ability to go alone, and was a big, big creator in that first half.
He was. The relationship between Luke and Pedro on that left side and being able to attack at will on that left side, get forward, get to the end line, cutbacks, crosses into the box, cause the defense and for Lexington, a real problem in terms of being able to handle not only the overlap, but also the through ball, and then ultimately being able to put the ball in the back of the net, and so it was fantastic.
It certainly seems like there's a lot of depth and a lot of positional competition all across the roster. So Luke Brennan, once again, he is our player of the match here against Lexington Sporting Club. Final score, 4 in favor of the Five Stripes, as we take a look once again, some of that dropping of the shoulder and then a threaded ball right into Alexi Miranchuk. Let's take it now to what's going to be the second leg of preseason, Brad, for these guys. They got a couple of days off, and then Tata Ball gets right back to work, and I can see you just breathing out.
Straight back to work, Joe. Yeah, and listen, we talk about player of the game. Of course, Miguel, Alexi, both 2 goals, right? But again, for us, the ability of Luke to be direct, to get at that defense, to cause them real problems, someone that we want to keep an eye on through the rest of preseason. And as you mentioned, a couple days, they're back to work and off to Texas.
90 minutes done here today. Of course, they've got coming up FC Dallas, Houston Dynamo, New York Red Bulls as well. What strengths from today do you hope to see them string out in some of those matches to come?
Well, I think first and foremost, you hope that everyone comes through this 45-minute period unscathed in terms of health and able to go again in a few days. But then just that understanding in a real situation, in a real match situation, knowing that the opposition has no idea what you're going to do, right? In training, sometimes the 11 that you're going against and you're trying to work through tactics, it's not always that real sense of a real game. And so something like today is great to be able to go back, look at the video and say, right, this is where we need to improve just a bit more. This was really successful. We need to continue doing that.
As class as it comes for a studio debut for Five Stripes legend Brad Guzan. Brad, thrilled to have you with us. Thanks so much for being on the broadcast. And thanks to all you 17s. First 90 minutes done. Atlanta United takes it 4-0 over Lexington Sporting Club. We'll see you in Texas.